Day 1. You wake up on the open steppe. 1220 AD, the Mongol Empire under Genghis Khan. The horizon stretches flat in every direction, grass to the edge of the world. You live in a ger, a round felt tent, walls of lattice wood wrapped in thick sheep's wool. The door always faces south. Inside, the north holds the place of honor. The west side is yours, the man's side, your saddle and bow hanging from a post. The stove sits dead center, smoke curling up through the roof hole. You're a herder and part-time warrior, like almost every Mongol man alive. There's no separating the two. You step outside. The wind hits first. Then the smell. Horse sweat, dung smoke, fermenting milk. Hundreds of these tents spread across the valley, clustered by clan, moving as one whenever the grass runs thin. No walls, no cities, just movement. Somewhere beyond the hills, the great Khan's court travels the same way, tent and throne both portable. This is the largest land empire that will ever exist, and it owns no permanent capital. Day 2. Morning starts before sunrise. You milk the mares. Mongol boys learn to ride before they can properly walk. Your son, 6 years old, is already practicing with a small bow on his pony. Breakfast is simple. Dried curds, hard as stone, you soften them in your mouth. Then arag, fermented mare's milk, stirred for 2 days in a hanging leather bag until it turns slightly sour and faintly alcoholic. Almost everyone here is lactose intolerant. The fermentation breaks that down. It's also, conveniently, how everyone gets a little drunk and a little fed at the same time. You herd the animals, horses, sheep, goats, a few camels. Whatever the land can support, you move with it. There's no concept of owning a fixed plot of farmland. The grass belongs to whoever's herd is standing on it this season. Midday, training. Every man is a soldier on call. You practice archery from horseback, full gallop, both hands off the reins, guiding the horse with just your knees. Your composite bow can hit a target at 200 meters. You've trained since age 4. This isn't optional. This is survival. Day 3. The law. A dispute breaks out between 2 herders over a stray goat. Under the Yassa, the legal code, the punishment for theft is severe, sometimes death for repeat offenders. The code covers almost everything: warfare conduct, the treatment of envoys and messengers, religious practice. You've heard the great Khan himself ordered that any man harming a foreign ambassador answers with his life. Word travels that the court has declared religious freedom across the territories. Buddhists, Muslims, Christians, your own shamanistic beliefs, all tolerated. All taxed the same, which in practice means religious leaders are exempt from taxes entirely. It's a strange kind of order. Brutal in punishment, oddly fair in principle. Promotion here runs on ability, not bloodline. A skilled commander from a conquered tribe can outrank a man born into nobility. That single idea is part of why this empire keeps growing. Loyalty and competence matter more than where you were born. Day 4. News arrives by rider. The Yam, the empire's relay postal system, horse stations placed at intervals across thousands of miles, message carried hand to hand. Fresh horse to fresh horse. A courier can cross distances in days that would take a regular traveler months. The message. A city to the west refused to surrender. You hear what happened next in fragments, then in full. The city is gone. Burned. The people who didn't flee are dead. This isn't a rare exception. It's the doctrine. Surrender, and you're absorbed, taxed, sometimes even employed. Resist, and the army erases you completely, sometimes diverting rivers to flood the ruins afterwards so nothing grows back. Estimates from chroniclers, written long after, suggest the campaigns killed tens of millions of people, a meaningful share of the entire world's population at the time. You sit with that information the way everyone here does, quietly. It's simply how the world works under this banner. Day 5. A trade caravan passes through. Silk, spices, glassware, moving safely across thousands of miles thanks to something historians will later call Pax Mongolica, the Mongol peace. Once a region is conquered, the roads inside the empire become safer than almost anywhere else on earth. A chronicler from this era will later write that a girl could carry gold on her head from one end of the empire to the other and arrive unharmed. The irony isn't lost on you. The same army that burns cities also guarantees the safest trade routes in the known world. Scholars, engineers, astronomers, and administrators from conquered lands get pulled into the system. A Persian scholar here, a Chinese engineer there, all working under Mongol rule. Their skills valued more than their origin. The empire doesn't erase cultures so much as absorb whatever's useful from each one. Day 6. Evening, and the women of your camp do most of the physical labor that keeps everything running, loading and unloading the jurs, herding, milking, making the felt that covers every tent in this valley. They have more independence than women in most settled civilizations of this era, managing entire households alone for months while the men ride to war. Some fight themselves, when needed. At the wider royal court, you hear the great Khan's household is enormous, dozens of wives and consorts organized into separate camps, each with its own rank and tent. It's less a family in the way you'd picture it, and more its own small government. Around the fire that night, your camp tells the old stories, how a single mother named Holan raised her sons alone after their father was poisoned by a rival clan, how the boy who became the great Khan spent part of his childhood foraging for roots and hunting marmots just to survive before he ever conquered anything. Before the empire, there was just a frightened, abandoned family on the steppe. Day 7. You wake before dawn for the last time. The camp will move today, following the herds to fresh pasture, same as it always has, same as it will after you're gone. You think about the strange shape of the world you live in. Total order under the law, total brutality against resistance. Religious tolerance and merit-based promotion sitting right next to mass slaughter and forced conscription. A trade network safer than anything before it, built directly on top of conquest and terror. You are teleported back. The Mongol Empire wasn't simply a horde of barbarians, and it wasn't a golden age either. It was a system that rewarded loyalty and skill without mercy for resistance, that connected the world through trade while burning entire cities to the ground, that gave a stolen, hungry orphan from the steppe the tools to build the largest land empire history would ever see. It depended entirely on which side of the sword you stood on,